You know what? I'm painting another eucalyptus tree. If you haven't seen the last one, go check it out too. It's sort of a California Impressionist tradition, right? The eucalyptus trees, the rolling hills, of the valleys. Well, today I'm painting a eucalyptus tree. I'm not in California, I'm in Arizona, in Tucson. But I painted enough of them on site and in the studio that I have a very good idea of what it feels like to be in front of one. So here we go. All right. I like to use these cool colors, purples and violets and blues, a lot in my early light paintings. I like to call them early light series. For me, most of my inspiration comes from the early morning. If you want to see what colors look like, in my opinion, if you really want to experience colors out there, go early on anywhere you are, whether you're close to a lake or a park or doesn't matter where. You don't have to go to a site. You can just open your window and check out the richness of the colors when the sun barely came out, or it's barely coming out. It's different. I mean, it's like you're in a different place when you rise, right? You're energetic. You're full of energy and vitality. Than when you're going, when the day is almost over. For most people, anyways. That's how I see color in the morning. It's energetic. It's very vibrant and full of life. And then it's coming to the day is coming to an end. The color changes. It doesn't mean that it's less or anything. It's different. It changes, but it's not. In my opinion, it's not as vibrant at all. when I'm picking up on forms or shapes in a painting, whether it's the grass or bushes or whatever, the meadow, I'm really more after, I've said it before, I'm after the color, but I'm trying to pick up the what does it feel like when I look at it, to experience it, what does that feel like? What experience am I picking up? That's really what I'm most interested about. And what is the overall, not just the tree, but what is the overall? What is the end, of it? And then sort of philosophical, I guess you can't really escape the philosophical when you're doing art, but not in a conceptual way is what I'm trying to say. It's more experiential. What is the end of this tree? What am I trying to, not even trying, what am I experiencing? The overall, shape. That's why I love some artists. Some artists are very good at just creating the artwork with a couple of shapes, and they don't need to express so much movement because they are able to capture it very elegantly and truthful. That's their vision, right? I love watching that. Some artists are very good at that. So this is what I'm trying to do. What is the end of it? When I see the tree and I'm painting it, I don't think of, oh, there's a leaf here or there's a little branch there. I'm looking at the tree, not the leaf or the branch. I'm looking at the whole tree. So that's what I'm. If you're an artist, that's what I'm encouraging you to do. When you look at a subject, look at the overall. Don't just, when you look at a building or a person, what you're going to paint, don't just look at the feet or the hands or this or that and try to focus there. That's certainly one aspect of painting. But the way I like to look at it, the way I train myself to look at things is, we see the whole thing. What is the end of it? If I'm making any sense, the whole thing, not just one aspect of the tree. So when I paint the tree, I know I'm painting the tree. I'm not just painting. I'm not painting the tree part by piece by piece. I'm painting the whole tree. So every brushwork or every stroke of the palette knife or whatever instrument I'm using is out to get the whole tree. It's not just out to oh yes, I did, you hear this from artists, especially when they're starting out, and that's fine, you're learning, but you hear it a lot if you're an artist who's been around, I guess, somewhat. I did the leaves really well, or I did the tree trunk really well, but, this part of the painting wasn't all that well, or when they're doing a portrait, they'll say something like, the face came out really nice, but the hands were sloppy, or, and then you have classical painters maybe saying, oh, it's because you didn't practice this well, or you didn't practice that well, and that's certainly something to do with it. But if you ask me, that's not really what happened. If you did the face well and you did the hands didn't come out well, or the legs or whatever, it's not because you don't know how to resolve a problem, as many artists tend to think. You don't know how to resolve the legs or the hands, the lighting or whatever. I don't really think it's that. But I think it's that you focus on one thing and you didn't focus on the whole portrait. So if I'm painting this landscape, I can't just focus on the tree, and people say, oh, the tree's well, but you know, the rest of it is not as good. I'm not trying to paint only the tree and neglect everything else. That's why one of my favorite artists, portrait artists, is of course the great John Singer Sargent. If you see his paintings, it reminds me a lot of Velázquez, where you know, some of those great artists out there, it looks like a mess. But some people claim that, oh, it's because they you know, that's the style or whatever. Maybe that's it. But I don't really buy that. I think what it is that they practice so much, they were so good at it, that a level of confidence came through, and they weren't necessarily out to paint just the subject. That's why a sofa is as well, you know, is as good as the face of the subject in a portrait by Sargent, or the hands are as delicately, you know, painted as the hair, or you know, or a lamp, or whatever is in the background. It's because he's painting the whole thing. He's not just painting one aspect of it. He's capturing the essence of the scene, and that's why it looks, sometimes it even looks sloppy, especially the great ones. When you get close to them, they tend to look sloppy, you know, for an untrained eye. but they're not sloppy at all, not at all. It's just master work. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I didn't bore you with my blah blah blah. I like to talk sometimes when I paint, so there it is. Till next time.